Hey guys, welcome to the show. It's Ruekia
Nerdtles servo.
and we're gonna do a movie review.
What? That's never been done in the history of internet.
Never. Oh, it's never been done on our channel.
That's true.
We always wanted to, but they closed down the theater and COVID and fun things. So we just went to the movies and we saw the new Suicide Squad.
Ah!
And I'm gonna start off by saying it was in a theater. We were the only flipping people in the theater. They literally did not start the movie up. There was no. We walked into our theater room and it was completely pitch. There was no movie going. There was no previews. There was nothing, anything happening. We got in and we're like, and then they're like, back. We could hear them back there like flipping through, trying to get the movie on. And, they finally got it up and running, and we're like, there it is.
And then there was no sound.
Well, no, it didn't have sound when it actually started the trailers for, all the new movies. But, yeah, no. So, there was nobody bought a ticket for this movie. We were the only person to buy a ticket, at least for this time.
And from what I hear, from what I understand, this movie is tanking. Not because it's bad.
Not at all.
Not far opposite. It's just... It's a combination, I think, of COVID, streaming, just coming out at a really bad time. Because everyone wants to go see Free Guy.
Yeah. I mean, granted, the next movie we're actually going to go right back inside in, 40 minutes. Yeah, about 40 minutes we're going right back inside anyway to see Free Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been waiting, it feels like 5 years for this freaking movie. Because I want to see Jacksepticeye. And I want to see... Ryan Reynolds, and I just want to see this movie because it seems bonkers GTA.
It looks fun.
It looks amazing.
Suicide Squad, however, no spoilers. Let's not dive into any kind of spoilers.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything.
There's a lot to spoil in this movie.
There's a lot. A lot. You say one wrong thing. It's like the Marvel movies. You say one wrong thing, you have spoiled something for, everything.
The trailers pretty much tell you everything you need to know, I think.
Yeah, watch the trailers. Watch the movie in theaters because it's tanking for no reason. I love it. I did not dislike any of the characters. Okay, I lied. There's one character that I just don't understand the purpose of.
Oh.
We won't spoil anything. Don't say anything about him. But there is one character. He's in the movie for what, 2 minutes?
3, yeah.
Maybe 2 or 3 minutes of screen time. And I do not understand his purpose. And he looks disgusting.
I kind of love him.
I'm not saying I even disliked him. I just don't understand the purpose.
You know what? You don't need to understand. What you need to understand is that this movie was literally James Gunn giving the middle finger to Marvel.
Yeah.
They're because... I don't know how many of you guys know the whole story about it, but Suicide Squad, the original, came out, 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
Who knows?
And it tanked. It was horrible.
Music was good.
Music was good.
Music was very good. I bought that on
And
vinyl.
so they were just at the time, they were just we're going to make the DC Guardians of the Galaxy, and then it bombed. They're like, well, screw it. We'll just get the actual Guardians of the Galaxy director to do it for us.
And it worked.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed every single second of that movie.
It's hard to place it. It's a sequel reboot.
Yeah, okay, so it's kind of when they started off, it's kind of assuming that you've already seen the first one, and so it's slightly a little bit of a sequel, but it's also... It doesn't tie directly into what happened in the first one. You don't have to see the first one to understand what's happening in this one. Mm-hmm. It's pretty obvious.
From the first second of the film, it dives right into what the Suicide Squad is. There's no build-up.
Yeah, there's no build-up at all. They're like, oh, this character, this character, this character, this character, go. Do your mission. That's it. That's all you get.
Don't expect them all to make it to the end. Don't get too attached to many people.
Shh,
I'm not spoiling.
I just don't know much about it. But, yeah, so thoroughly enjoyed it. I absolutely adore it.
Great action film, fantastic cinematography.
Oh my god, yeah, no, there's... Can we talk about that shot?
Which one?
Without spoiling anything?
There's so many good shots in this. Oh, the helmet. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so there's this one scene. There's a person with a helmet. Not gonna go into it. There's a person with a helmet. Super shiny helmet, alright? So this helmet's on the ground, but this guy's fighting another person. And the cameraman is sitting there with the camera on the helmet, and you see the reflection of them fighting in the helmet. Like the cinematography is amazing. The actual film work was amazing, and not to mention, again, amazing music. They have, like, James Gunn in Guardians of the Galaxy already has great music, and then you have Suicide Squad, which originally had really good music in the first one. So there is a phenomenal playlist of music, which I have already downloaded. But then all the characters I felt were written amazingly.
Everybody had a great moment to shine. It was very much like the Avengers that way, where it gave everybody their moment. And this is a big cast.
Oh, huge.
But like, even down to the editing, it did a lot of really cool tricks, because the way it was edited is it did it in like chapters. If you know anything, if you guys have ever seen like a Scott Pilgrim, kind of remind me of that, where just a common thing you'll see in like the distance, and it'll just have like light writing on it, or like fog will pop up into the air and it'll spell something.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim did do that, didn't it?
Very comic booky, but it really works on a comic book movie.
Oh yeah, so like you said, it would, like any calming thing you would see. It could be like imagine a cityscape, but the cityscape would spell out what that chapter of the movie was called, or what they wanted to title it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a part where they call it Operation Harley. So in the background, in the background, they have this part where it's like Operation, and they said join them, and then they're like, no, let's go do a thing with Harley first, and it said Operation Harley, and it like erased itself, and then it popped up Harley instead. It was really cool, like that effects like that.
It's not like in your face either. Like it really works with the tone.
Yeah, it fits it perfectly. I cannot compare this anything better to, it literally is like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It feels like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but for DC. Like
way gorier.
Oh my god, yeah. Cannot stress that enough. It's a DC movie, guys. There is blood, gore, rated R, okay? Like,
thank God.
Right?
The first DC movie that actually has balls.
Like, if you've watched the DC animated films, you know what we're talking about. It was slightly close to a DC animated film.
Yeah.
And that's impressive, because I have not seen DC actually do that much gore in a live action movie as they do their animated movies. Their animated movies are crazy.
Closest one with Batman vs Superman, and that doesn't count.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely will buy on DVD.
Oh my god, as soon
we'll
as
watch
it comes
again.
out. Yeah, absolutely. As soon as that comes out on DVD, I'm paying that $20-something or whatever.
Like, is it like the next big thing? No, but
yeah, probably not, unfortunately.
It's the best popcorn flick I've seen in a while. Like,
it's super good.
Action all the way through. Not the best story, but are you really there for a story?
It's super villains turning superhero, blood, gore, killing things. Like, what else do you expect? Yeah. It's just a good time. It's a good action thing with supervillains being superheroes.
Do you like DC movies? Do you like action movies? Do you like your favorite characters
You'll
coming
like
to life? Watch the James Gunn Suicide Squad.
Oh
it's
my
a
god,
blast.
It's so good. Alright, but anyway, we're gonna go and see Free Guy sometime soon, and we'll hit you with a review for that one too. Bye!